If you're trying to bring me down, don't live it like playing lost and found, lost and found. And I pour myself out in your heavy sweater. Don't use my heart, it don't get better. I write your name in every letter, and I know you try to show me that you love me. All you got to do is hold me. I just don't wanna feel lonely.
Alright, y'all, what's up? Christian here with yet another episode of Christians Chronicles. That was Lost and Found by Typoe. And if you have been listening since episode 1, you will know that she is who Scorzano talked about in his songs and about his songs. And she helped him. She helps various artists. She has some more features. I'll let her tell you about that. But she is another artist from here around the San Benito area, Harlingen area. In the 956. Typoe, nice having you on here, man. Nice of you being here.
Thanks for having me.
So, first things first, that song, Lost and Found, tell us about it. How did you come up with it?
Oh man, that song is actually very, very close to my actual feelings. Because a lot of my songs, they have like pieces of my feelings in it. But this song that's gonna be released, that Lost and Found one, that one means like so much to me. It means more to me than a majority of the songs that I put out already. So I'm really excited to release that one.
By feelings, what do you mean by feelings? What does it tie into?
It's about somebody that I still really care about, but I try not to care about them. It's kind of a typical teenage like feelings type of song. So it's about a person that I'm really, really, truly in love with, but it's somewhat not toxic per se, just not something that's helping me out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm trying to, it's really hard for me to not be attached to this person, and that's basically the entire like meaning of the song.
That's cool. I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be real relatable. Like I said, that was just a little clip of it. I can't wait for people to react to the whole thing. Let me ask you this. You met Scorzano. He said he messaged you first. Let me ask you, since you have a lot of features, or a decent amount of features, do a lot of artists hit you up, or do you hit them up?
In the beginning, I think it was more of me hitting them up because I was just starting. So a lot of the features that I started with, like Jaka on my song, my older song Stupid, and another song that's actually private right now called 3 with a dude named Only Red Bull. Those people, I hit them up first, and I asked like if they could do features with me because I like their talent and stuff. And then later on, when I started putting myself more out there, which has been recently, that's when more people have been coming to me asking me like, hey, like I really like your sound, kind of like what I was doing before.
Yeah.
And a few of them has been me. Like I've been hitting them up because I've been discovering some really crazy artists that have so many different types of styles, and I'm planning on making music with them when I get my studio. Those people in particularly, like there's a list of people that I've asked, and they're all down to make music in about 3 months or so. So that's pretty dope.
That's cool. So Scorzano was telling me, it was off the record, I believe, but he was telling me at first when he hit you up, you weren't making music. Why was that?
Yeah, I wasn't because when did I stop? I don't remember when I stopped, but I stopped for like maybe a year or so, and that was because a person, I guess, that I really cared about kind of didn't agree with the way I was going with my music, because a lot of the people that I was hitting up were the opposite gender.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Like
jealousy got involved?
Yeah, kind of jealousy, but at the same time, I understood, because if it was the other way around, I might have gotten jealous too or something. I don't know. I just felt like convinced. I was convinced that their feelings towards that were understandable for certain reasons. I was convinced, and so I was like, you know what, I understand. I'm gonna just stop making music. I'm not good at it anyways. At that point, I wasn't as confident as I am now as well. So it was just kind of easier for me to just be like, okay, yeah, I'll give this up so I can keep you. But then I realized that I was giving up something that I really enjoyed doing and I actually wanted to do with my life. And what if this person that I was doing this for ended up just like leaving out of nowhere later on? I would have quit all of that for nothing.
Yeah.
And so now look what I'm doing, and it's kind of like getting better and better. So that's why I came back. I was like,
what made you start in the first place?
I guess because I had some friends that were making music. I don't know if he wants to still go by this name, but Lil Sweep was making music, and I was like, dang, you're in school and you're the same grade as me, and you're making music, and I love music. I should do what you're doing. I mean, you make it look easy. So I started up, and I was like, I could get into this. I could get into making music. Plus, I've always loved music since I was little. This is kind of perfect for me. That's what I was thinking. I was like, this is perfect for me. So it kind of fits. I'll just go with it.
That's cool. So you would say like local artists are part of your influences?
Yeah, probably local artists, and people like, well, I didn't even know Billie Eilish. I was gonna say Billie Eilish, but when I started making music, I didn't even know who she was. So I don't know. I guess local artists probably.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you, in episode 1, and I've heard some of your songs. Those beats, Alex mentioned that, you told him, hey, you wanted him to jump on one of your beats. Is that something you do? You make your own music
no.
in that sense, or?
I don't make beats. Unfortunately, I just get the free beats off YouTube and stuff.
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
okay.
So all my music that I'm putting out, it's just for mainly the attention to say, hey, I'm making music, listen to my music, this is what I have in store. And then later on, when I start getting my own stuff, my own beats, like original beats that are produced for my music and stuff, then it's going to be like, this is what you guys have been waiting for, This is the stuff that I'm going to put on Spotify, Apple Music, that kind of thing.
Okay, and right now you're only on YouTube and Soundcloud, correct?
Yes.
All right, that's cool. We all got to start off somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but so what I know, a lot of people say, or not a lot of people, but you say your music, and people are wondering. I'm pretty sure, what is your music? What style is your music, and what do you try? What image do you try to go for?
I'm not sure. That is actually a question I've been asking myself for the longest time. What style of music am I? One of my acquaintances, Negative Shotty, she came to my DMs and she was like, hey, I have a question for you. What kind of style music are we? Like, what kind of music do you put us under and stuff? And I said, I don't know. I think maybe trip music or modern hip or something. I was trying to come up with a name for it, but I can't really figure it out. Scorzano said something like anti-rap or something is like a thing now, and I didn't even know about that. But right now, that girl, Negative Shotty, she's going with trip music for her stuff, but it makes sense. Her music is like, you listen to it and you feel like you're high or whatever, I guess, or something. Like, you feel like you're on this trip or something, I guess. I don't know. And then my music is not, I don't know, I call it modern hip, I guess, for now, but I'm not really feeling that anymore, so I've been trying to figure out what kind of genre that is. I really don't know, so it could either go modern hip or we could just do pop, I guess, for now.
All right, so you mentioned Billie Eilish. Who else besides her would you say your influences are?
The thing is, it's hard for me to pinpoint influencers because for me, I don't listen to like one or two specific artists at a time. Like, I listen to all sorts of like random people. Like, I don't go like, oh yeah, let's go listen to some Billie Eilish for today or something, or let's go listen to this specific playlist. Like, I'll go and I'll like just listen to random stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't have a specific person. Like, I don't have an artist where I could say, oh yeah, I know all their albums and stuff, and I know like this song, and I can name all these songs. Like, no, like, I can be a fan of somebody, and they can influence me, but like Billie Eilish, I wasn't there from like the day one, or I haven't gone back and far. Like, I haven't gone far into the past to listen to her older music. I just know like what I've heard. Same for X.
Yeah.
X, I knew X before I knew Billie. So I guess that one would be more of an influence, just because I've heard some of his older stuff more than I've heard Billie's older stuff.
Yeah.
So I would say probably X and Billie are the main influencers, because most people have said that that's what they get a vibe. That's the kind of vibe that they get from my music.
Yeah.
Is those two. So I think they're probably the biggest ones.
All right. So what is it that you that a message that you would hope for artists, or a message that you want to send out to people in your music? Would you say, because you mentioned feelings earlier, would you say feelings play a big part and you want to relate that way, or what's something you kind of want to people to grasp, I guess, out of your music and your songs?
From my music, I guess mainly I just want people to feel whatever they think I'm saying. Because I say stuff in my music that could be interpreted in so many different ways. And like most artists, like those artists that go on the Genius records and stuff, and they say the meaning to their lyrics, most of those artists actually just say whatever they want to say and then let the fans figure out. So when you're being an artist, when you're like making up your lyrics, you kind of just, a lot of the times you just think like, okay, this means something to me, but it could mean something to the other people. Like, to more people, they could interpret it as something else. So we kind of just let the people decide what they want to feel from it. But what I'm really trying to do soon is something more like self-conscious, conscious wealth.
Yeah.
Or conscience. I always say that wrong. Something like that song that I did not too long ago. It's kind of uplifting and like, oh yeah, love yourself type of thing. Like, kind of like that Trippie Redd song.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but like, just kind of be yourself and believe in yourself. That's all it takes, is your energy, just to believe that you're good at what you want to be good at, or you're going to get somewhere with whatever you're doing. Like, just kind of let yourself out there, let yourself be happy.
So you do a lot of features, you do make your own music. Is there one artist that you really like to feature or be featured on?
Like a local artist? Or like someone?
A local artist.
Because I was going to say, I have big dreams for that. But a local artist, I don't know. That is, I love doing collaborations with Scorzano, but you know, I've already collaborated with him a few times, so anybody else, I would just, that's difficult.
Now here's
a difficult question.
Here's a really big question that I've been dying to ask, and I've had it since the beginning. It's been bothering me. Now that I have you here, I could finally ask that question. You have songs, you have features. You don't have an album yet. Yet. Would you want, this is now, I believe if people have heard Scorzano, they've looked at you, or they heard Lost and Found, and they're already focused in and want to know. Would you ever want your first album, or eventually an album, to be completely, utterly you and Scorzano? Would you guys ever do a project like that?
Oh, I think, well, we were kind of going to do something similar to that, but with another person in it named Ghost, who's also down here. But I would definitely do that. I would definitely do, because I'm so familiar with him, and he's like my best friend. So I feel like it would be easy to do something like that, because we have like so many feelings shared with each other, just just friendship wise, like we've just had so many experiences and stuff. Like it's crazy. Like we've done so many fun things, and we just have so much to relate to as well. We're like the same people almost, almost.
Oh.
So I would definitely be down to do that.
What would make, well, your music's already different itself, but what do you feel like defies you personally? How can I say it? What's one thing that sets you separate from other artists here in the Valley?
Oh man. I guess one, well, okay, like you said, my music in general is already different. I don't really rap, so that's a general thing that's different already. I guess just the vibes that I put out there. I haven't really heard a lot of female artists in general down here in the Valley. I don't know if you can name any for me, because I would love to get to know some more. I haven't found any that, I haven't found any, so I guess that's another thing that kind of makes me stand out.
All right. So you do, your type of music is vocal. You're a vocal person.
Mm-hmm.
You sing and everything. How did you get into singing, or where did you first realize, hey, I have a voice for this?
Oh man, actually the complete opposite. I started knowing I was bad because I was thinking about how my mom, because my mom, she tried singing when she was younger, and apparently she was really bad, but she says she's really really good, and I hear her sing now and it's like really bad. But I mean, me as a younger kid, I was thinking, man, my mom, she was a singer and stuff, like she said, right? So I believed her. And then my dad, he sings amazing. He is an amazing singer. And then my grandpa from my dad's side was a singer, and my dad says that he had the most beautiful voice ever. And then my grandma from my dad's side, same thing. Like she could sing too. So it was kind of like, you know what? I suck. Like, what's up with me? Like, why aren't I on that level? So when I was like in 7th grade, I guess, that's when I really started trying to fix my voice. And I didn't go to choir. I didn't have like any vocal teachers. Like I didn't let anybody hear my voice in general. So I would sit there at the house by myself every day during the summer and just listen to songs. And then I would go and record myself singing those songs. And I would listen to the recording and be like, okay, so where in here does it sound like bad? And I'd be like, okay, that part sounds bad. So let me go back, re-record it, and try to do that part in a different tone or in a different rhythm. And then I would repeat that until I fixed it the way that I wanted it to sound. And I would do that for the entire song until the entire song sounded the way that I wanted it to sound. And that's basically just how I started. And from that point on, I would always just sing like by myself, like with no one there, as much as I could, whenever I could, for hours, just kind of training my own voice. And that's kind of how I got here, I guess.
So your singing runs in the family then?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
That's cool. So you do features for rappers and artists alike. Would you ever do a feature? I know you said you get your beats from like YouTube and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Would you ever do a feature if, let's say, not a hip hop artist, but a band were to hit you up and say, "Hey, we want your vocals on this song"? Would you be open to do that?
Yeah, I'd definitely be down to do that. I mean, any collaboration is not ever gonna be a waste of time ever, because what I'm trying to do as a rising artist is getting my voice out there in general. So anybody who hits me up asking me for a collaboration, I try my best to like get on that. That's why I have so much like going on right now with collaborations and stuff.
So you have, I know you're excited. You've been mentioning, for those who do follow you, if you haven't already, go ahead and follow her, please. She's really good. What's one thing are you is there any projects or any songs that you're sitting on right now or working on currently?
That one that was in the beginning of this podcast, I don't know if it's out by the time this podcast comes out, but that one, that is something else. I'm excited for that one. So Lost and Found, whether it's out or not, that's one of them. And then there's one called Sus. That one's pretty different compared to what I usually usually put out. I got some kind of like rapping in there, I guess. Not rapping,
Yeah.
but like half singing rapping.
Yeah.
So that one's another one. But no projects, no albums. I'm not really planning on doing that stuff till like
Later.
later.
How long have you been doing music for? Given that you took the break, so that little break you took when you stopped doing music, how long have you been doing?
Like since then, since I came back, or like
No,
just adding it all together.
Adding it all together.
Let me see. So like 10th grade. I guess about 2.5 years maybe, or just 2 years. I'm not sure. If you add all that together,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like 2.5 years or something.
So what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated and saying, "Hey, I really like to do this. I really want to do this"? Because another person I interviewed, Matt M. If you guys haven't seen that episode, go ahead and check it out right now. I strongly encourage you all to check it out. He's probably one of the biggest rappers, biggest artists, producers here in the Valley. He said it was stressful. So how much? He didn't say how much. So in your opinion, how much stress is it making music and doing that as an artist coming up?
Okay, first of all, that guy's dope. And second of all, stress is not something that even exists for me right now. Like, stress for other things, yeah, but music-wise, that's my stress reliever. So when it comes to music, it's like, that's just fun. It's just all fun, and what keeps me just going with that is myself and the people who support what I do, and just the music in general. Like I said, it's my stress reliever. So yeah.
Is there what gets you going? Like what gets you riled up and
Hyped
makes you
up and
say,
stuff.
yeah, makes you say, man, let's, like, do you wake up in the morning and randomly say, I'm gonna make a song today?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
really?
As soon, if I know that I'm gonna be home alone the night before, that I'm like, all right, next morning, I'm gonna get up early. Like as soon as everybody leaves, boom, I start making music. I did that today. I started fixing that song that I'm working on. So yeah, I literally wake up and I'm like, all right, time to get up, time to do my work, time to get started, and I just make as much as I can, like within the time that I have.
What are your exercises and techniques to start making? Like, I don't know. Is there any practices you do? Like, I know, for example, Scorzano said he just goes with it. Matt said the same thing. He just basically just gets up, says, okay, let's do it. And he just works on it day and night. And sometimes, he even said sometimes he takes a break from it, comes back the next day. Like, it's half a day for him.
Mm-hmm.
The next day he'll do it again.
Yeah.
So what's your practices, your exercises to get you ready to make music?
Man, their practices seem like pretty dope, but mine are kind of weird. I don't really do any exercises for it. I just go and oh my god, this is so weird. Usually I put on a song that's like fast beat, fast paced. Sometimes it's like rap or something that I know, and then I'll just be like rapping to that song, like all stupid. I'll just rap to it, but it kind of warms up my voice.
Okay.
Because like the more, like when I wake up and I use my voice and stuff, and I kind of get used to like the flow of things,
Yeah.
it kind of helps me when I start making my own music. And keep in mind, it's not like I'm listening to this music and then using what I hear and putting it on the music that I'm making, because the music that I listen to is nothing like the music that I make before I make my music. So it's just kind of, I listen to songs and I kind of like do my thing on that song.
That's cool. So on top of that, you said that you have songs. What would you say is one song for people who haven't heard you yet? What's one song that you encourage people to listen to, in order, like that one song that people would listen to get into you?
That is a good question. I've thought about that myself, because when I promote to new people, I just kind of think, what would grab more of the like majority of the people's attention? Like what's gonna actually like get most of the people's attention? So I guess I feel like Self-Conscious Wealth because that one is more upbeat. I would say Emotions because that one's more popular, but at the moment, oh no, I got it now. Hello Happy, that one. I totally forgot that song existed. Hello Happy because that's the most like, I don't know, people really like that one right now. So that one probably.
And why do you think people like it? What's one thing that, what's it about? Why, like...
It's,
Or what's a big factor in it?
I guess the fact that it's mainly about finding your happiness again. Because it's kind of me saying, like, oh, I haven't been happy in a while, and then I'll, like I find it again, and even in the song, I'm like, hello, happy, how are you? Or, how are you? It's been a while. That's what I say. So, it's kind of like, just how it sounds, like, hey, it's been a while since I've been happy, like, what's up? That kind of thing. So, it's kind of a attention grabber. Not only that, it sounds like, when I had that song judged on this YouTube channel called Next Up, which you guys should definitely go follow, it's like really good constructive criticism. They're pretty dope people, and when they reviewed it, they loved it. They were like, oh my gosh, like this kind of reminds me of X and Billy vibes, and they were like, not even to the point that that she's not even biting off of their style or anything. It's more like original, but you can feel those type of vibes in it. So I guess that's also something that would kind of grab people's attention.
That's very interesting, to be honest. Next Up, you said?
Yeah.
All right, definitely have to check that channel out. You all should as well. Is there anything big for the future? Like, right now, besides Lost and Found, is there anything else big for the future?
Oh, we're going to be famous. We're going to be famous. Like, not even kidding. Like, it's going to happen, and I truly believe that. And it's not only just, like, I'm not just going to use my voice to, like, get out there, because my voice is not on that level to where, like, I could be like Billie Eilish or something, and that's what's going to make me famous. It's all the talents that I have just combined and put together that's going to really get me out there. So that's the big thing that's coming. Big things are going to happen.
Man, that's amazing. I'm excited for it. So real quick, I always ask last question things. One question I would ask you. Let me see. Last minute questions. Pretty sure we covered it all.
We covered a lot. This has been a very amazing interview.
I don't think there's anything else. I guess the only question I have is anything else you might want to add? Anything that...
I love my supporters. I love you for doing this.
Thank you.
I love Scorzano.
Appreciate it.
I love Ghost. I love all my people. Draven, everybody, Sweep. I'm so excited.
So if people want to reach you or get you on more collabs, where can they reach you at? Where can they find you?
Instagram. That's the main thing. Instagram, Typoe Mac, TYPOMAK. That's where you can get a hold of my SoundCloud, my YouTube. The link is in my bio. That's where everything's at. Just message me, and I should respond pretty quick. So
there you have it. And me as well. You all go ahead and give me a follow, give me a like if you haven't already. I'm on Instagram, Christians Chronicles, on Snapchat, Resonated Body 0.2. Go ahead and follow, give Typoe a listen, give her a like, show some love, spread the love as always. Let her know that you heard it from me. I sent y'all. Other than that, I want to thank you, Typoe, for being on here.
thank you.
I got the big things coming up for this channel. While we wrap things up real quick, big things. I have decided, for those of you that do not know, I'm not only going to be doing Christians Chronicles for music and entertainment. I realize that there's a lot of businesses, a lot of things going on right now, and pretty soon, upcoming, hopefully very soon, I'm going to be doing a Christians Chronicles for local businesses, local venues. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. If y'all have any idea or anyone who would benefit or would love to be on the show, go ahead and tell them to let me know, or you all let me know. And other than that, like always, Thank you all for listening, and spread the love, y'all. Laters.